Hi everyone, my name is Jebamani Anthony. The title of my presentation is Does Writing Anxiety Change Over Time? The Use of Q Methodology. This project is done by Dr. Jeffrey Willong and myself. This presentation is given at the National and International Conference 2022 organized by the faculty of Liberal Arts Thammasat University. Does writing anxiety change over time? The use of Q methodology. Foreign language anxiety in writing has been reported as state, trait, and situation specific. However, how it changed over time has not been investigated using Q sorting activity among undergraduate students in an international university in Thailand. In this study, a survey questionnaire was distributed to know the writing anxiety level of students and anxiety level differences based on nationality and locality. Afterward, a sample population based on their writing anxiety level was purposely chosen to attend two sorting activities of statements regarding their writing anxiety moments in class. Then, an individual semi-structured interview was conducted. Descriptive results from the survey have shown that the students in an international university had a slight level of writing anxiety. Varying levels of writing anxiety were also found based on nationality and locality. Findings from sorting activity indicated that their writing anxiety feelings have changed over a 2-week time due to specific situation in class. Interview results have corroborated the situation-specific nature of writing anxiety. Implications for teaching writing were also discussed in this presentation. The background of the study: foreign language anxiety is a situation-specific anxiety when associated with learning a foreign language. This is related to the negative emotional reactions of the learners towards foreign language acquisition. Numerous studies on foreign language anxiety proposed by Horwitz and co. were conducted in EFL and ESL contexts and classrooms. Findings have claimed that the debilitating effect of foreign language anxiety onto language performance, motivation, speaking, listening, reading, and writing scores. Such studies have yielded very interesting practical implications to English language teaching. For example, on how language teachers help minimize FL's negative effects on English learning. In a study investigating the types and level of anxiety by Min and Ragmat, focus was on engineering students' writing anxiety. They reported that most of the participants had a higher level of English writing anxiety than those at intermediate and advanced levels. Likewise, Rahim and Hayes tried to find out the connection between students' anxiety in writing essay task and their choice to do the writing task. They concluded that students' writing anxieties affect their choice of doing writing tasks in English in a facilitating or debilitating way. Similar to the other studies which have been cited so far, Chiang measured the level of second language writing anxiety of students. The author also investigated the causes of writing anxiety together with students' perceptions, their preferred learning styles, and the effects of writing anxiety on their writing performances. It was reported in the study that there was a high level of second language writing anxiety among Chinese students. However, very limited studies were done on language anxiety among international university students in Thailand. Writing anxiety, related issues have been of great concern to language researchers all over the world. However, such an important issue has not been adequately searched and discussed in an EFL context. To the best of our knowledge, there are few studies specifically reporting foreign language writing anxiety in an international setting in the literature. For this reason, this study, with its pure EFL context and comparative overview, investigates the level of writing anxiety among international students of a private university and the change in the level of anxiety, the reason for the change in the level of anxiety. The results of this study are significant in that it may shed light on foreign language writing anxiety problems. Moreover, the findings of the study can be used as a rationale for redesigning writing courses in foreign language. Bearing all this in mind, we'll try to find answers to the following research questions. Question number 1, which is stage 1, to what extent do students in an international university feel anxious in writing? Are there differences based on nationality and locality? Number 2, does the level of writing anxiety change over time? Number 3, what are the reasons of change? The methodology. This study adopted 3-stage mixed method design. In the first stage, writing anxiety questionnaire was sent to all the students in a private university in Thailand. The data was analyzed to know the level of writing anxiety among the participants. In the second stage, a sorting activity was held twice with students based on purposive sampling. The selected students were asked to sort some selected writing anxiety statements from the questionnaire. At least 12 of the writing anxiety statements were sorted. 3 random statements of strongly agree, 3 random statements of agree, 3 random statements disagree, and 3 random statements of strongly disagree. However, the number of statements depend on their survey response. The sorting activity was conducted twice, and second sorting activity was done 2 weeks after the first activity. In the third stage, an individual semi-structured interview was conducted to know why their anxiety changed over time. Instruments and data collection procedures. Stage 1, we used the survey questionnaire. The link of the survey questionnaire was sent to the students through social media. Students who met the criteria for the next stage were randomly selected. 4-point scale is preferred so respondents can decisively answer each item in the survey. Sorting activities, 3 random statements of strongly agree, agree, disagree, and strongly agree, disagree were selected. A board was prepared with numbers 1 to 4, where 1 means strongly agree, 2 means agree, 3 means disagree, and 4 means strongly disagree. The statements were given to each student participant. Student placed each statement under the numbers and provided some reasons during the sorting activities. The researchers took note during the sorting activity. After the student has decided with the placement of the statement, the researcher conducted the semi-structured interview. In the second sorting activity, similar process was followed. Data analysis. For research question number 1, a survey questionnaire was given in which a descriptive statistics was used. For the research question 2, we use the sorting method, which is Q methodology, and descriptive statistics was used. For the research question 3, semi-structured interviews were conducted, and the coding of interview data was utilized. Coming to the results of the study, we used this is the extent of writing anxiety among the participants. We used 27 items or statements to identify the writing anxiety among the participants, which we also looked at the mean score, standard deviation, and the interpretation of these participants for the results. We also looked at the high, among the participants, there was a high writing anxiety provoking situations. And here are a few of the statements that show high mean score, which shows high writing anxiety, and they agree. The interpretation says that they agree. I feel my heart pounding when I write English composition under time pressure. While writing English composition, I feel worried if I know they'll be evaluated. I often choose to write down my thoughts in English, and my thoughts became jumbled when I write English composition under time constraint. So these are some of the high writing anxiety provoking situations. When we look at the low writing anxiety provoking situations, here are some of the statements. I do my best to avoid situation in which I have to write in English. Or I don't worry at all about what other people would think of my English composition. I usually feel my whole body rigid or tense when I write English composition. Whenever possible, I would use English to write composition. So these are low writing anxiety provoking situation, which shows mean score of lower mean score. When we look at the differences of writing anxiety based on the nationality and locality, the result shows that there is a difference between the different nationalities. When we look at this one, we see here the Thais, the Brazilians, and we also see the Cambodians. They agree that they have writing anxiety. Does the level of anxiety, writing anxiety, change over time? Here are a few participants. They were purposely selected according to their statements and according to their level of anxiety change over time. Betty, I feel my heart pounding when Betty says that I feel my heart pounding when I write English composition under time pressure. In the survey, she mentioned that it's 4, and in her first sorting, she says 1, and the second sorting, she says 2. So there is a change in the level of writing anxiety. Leandra also in the survey, she mentioned 2, and in the first sorting, it said 4, and the second sorting, it is 2. So you can notice from this table that there is a change over time. Anxiety, writing anxiety change over time. First, when we look at these table. And when we look at the next one, why does it change? There are some reasons given here. Does the level of writing anxiety change over time? Why does it change? And this table shows that there is what they mentioned in the survey, what they mentioned in the first sorting, and also in the second sorting. And they also, when they were interviewed, they gave us some of the reasons why there is a change in their level of writing anxiety. Some of the examples are, last time I felt that I'm down or insecure about it, but today I felt a little higher state than that which I chose. It is also because I realized that I can still write well in English under the time of pressure. In a nutshell, I think it depends on my confidence level. We see here the confidence level. It's the problem that I feel in a day. And according to Leandra, the level of anxiety is changed mostly because I fear that what I write do not conform to the standards of a certain format, and that I may miss out or add extra words or errors on accident from writing so quick. Otherwise, in a formal circumstances, I would not worry so much. According to Ollie, I think I'm okay now if I am required to write in English because I have not yet started my exams, but still a bit nervous. So we see these are some of the examples that shows that there is a level of writing anxiety change over time because of the following, the reasons provided. And we are the same reasons are given here. Sometimes the reasons, the interviewers were asked about why is these changes takes place every now and then. When they were asked, they said, when I can't create new ideas, when I am given a new subject, I also have problem with my grammar, which makes me feel that I can't do it. Another person said, I get anxious when I'm given a time limit. Another person said, I get anxious and worried when a difficult topic is given to me. I get nervous when I'm given a limited time. I'm anxious about my performance and about speaking. I get nervous when the teacher is new. So these are some of the reasons for the change of their writing anxiety. Coming to the discussion part of it, of our study, possible reasons why writing anxiety exists in the International University in Thailand. They expressed that the limited vocabulary and high expectation on the outcome, unfamiliar topics, and time constraints made them feel anxious. And some of the examples from student responses are present below. While writing words can be a big problem, I have to choose appropriate academic words to write well-developed paragraphs. And I must be more careful about grammar. Sometimes nothing comes to my mind due to the topic, and I think there should not be limitation about topic. Another interviewee answered that generally I feel nervous while writing because of my time. There's limited time to write essay in exams. I usually become stressful about what to write. I feel like my mind stopped. On the other hand, the subject is something that I'm interested in. It really makes me amused. I sometimes feel anxious because I have to hand in on time. I don't want to feel humiliated in front of the class. Another participant said, I can't express my thoughts because of the limited knowledge or structure. Another participant, I'm never sure about the correct words and phrases while writing. And there are also reasons why Thais and Cambodians have higher level of anxiety than the other nationalities. This study found that the proficiency of the Thais and the Cambodians are one of the reasons or cause for their higher level of anxiety. And another reason is they lack the exposure to urban settings. Some of the examples from student responses are, I'm very limited to English vocabulary. I get confused with grammar. Sometimes I worry about my grade. I hardly speak to other nationalities. And some of the reasons expressed by students when the student is given familiar topics or when there is a less expectation from the teacher about the outcome of the writing or more choices are given. And some of the examples here given are, I have some knowledge about the subject or the concept of writing. My teacher did not count this writing for our final grade, and so I did not worry about my writing. Whenever there is a choice of the topics, I'm a bit relaxed. Whenever my teacher encourages me, I'm a bit stress-free. These are few statements or few examples given by students why their level of anxiety becomes less. They become less anxious. And this study, our next step for this study is writing the manuscript. Do you have any suggestions for this study? Or you have any suggestion for writing the manuscript? Thank you for listening.